All right, so where we left off, we have our bird intersecting with our pipes. So let's start getting a score. So we already have basically what we need for the score. We have our pipes, and then we have our trigger collider in there. So if we go into our pipe script here, we want to detect if something is exiting the trigger. So void on trigger exit 2D collider 2D other. This is why I was confused about the collision. This one is collider 2D. And we're going to need to do something with the game manager. So I'm just going to save this for now. In the game manager, we want to have a reference to our score. So I'm going to create a private integer value score, and I'm going to default it to be 0. In our functions here, we'll create a new function for increasing the score. So public void increase score, and then we'll do score plus equals, let's do plus plus. And then we'll add it as a debug.log score. Now from our pipes, we want to call increase score. So game manager dot increase score. All right, back in Unity then. We're gonna let that think. All right, so now we're doing this as a debug.log. So down here at the very bottom of the screen, we're going to see some little white text that'll tell us what our score is once we finally get our score. And then we can add some text to the screen for that, and then a restart button. And then we've got the basics running. So there's 1, 2, 3. You can see the score is changing down here. And there, game over. All right. Now in order to actually get our score on the screen so we can see it, we're going to add a UI text mesh pro. We're going to need to import TMP essentials for this, and this will take a second. We don't have to import the examples and extras. All right. So now once this is added, you're going to need to zoom way the heck out to see it. This is the UI view, and it changes Unity units into pixels. So I'm going to take that text that was created. I'm going to change it to be 000. I'm going to make it 272-point font. And then here on my alignment, I'm going to center it in both directions. Get a little bigger right there. Cool. Now I'm going to rename this to score text. Now, when you create a UI object, you also get a canvas and an event system. We'll deal a little bit more with those in a minute. Once you're zoomed way out, you don't have to zoom back in. You can just double click on something that is at the game level, and you can go back down there. Okay, so now in the game manager script, we're going to be making some changes to this. So in the game manager, we want to be able to use the text mesh pro, so we have to import a new using statement. So using tm pro, and that'll allow us to access the text. So So we're going to do this as a serialized field, private, and then this is tmp underscore text. We're going to call this score text. I think it's tmp text. Let's find out. It's going to think for a second. Okay, cool. That was the right way to do that. So now, just to make sure that this is going to work the way I want it to, in the start function here, I'm going to set the score text.text to be equal to an empty string plus score. And then we increase our score. Instead of doing debug.log, score text.text equal to an empty string plus score. All right, we're going to save that back into Unity. Hopefully it doesn't take so long this time. Okay. Maybe. Alright, there we go. Oh shoot, I forgot to actually assign it. Unity! Okay, so we got a null reference exception error there because I didn't actually set the text on here. There we go. So now let's try this. Hopefully it doesn't take another minute to load. Okay, so the fact that the score is 0 is a good sign. Alright, we got a score of 1, 2. Nice. We're good.